Good day, good people. It's RustyMoney here on PlayStation Network and RustyMoney Gaming on YouTube. Welcome everyone here to No Man's Land for Farming Simulator 22. This here is gonna be kind of, I hope, a shorter episode, but it's gonna be more of a informational discussion of sorts, with showing you how I set up my series trailer for my first recorded series that will be for Farming Simulator 22 called Rusty's Farm Tour. Rusty's Farm Tour, now I don't want you to get mixed up if you've watched the series trailer already. It's not going to be a map tour. It's more of my version of what I'm calling a farm tour across the Farming Simulator 22 globe. And what I mean by that is, in short, in Farming Simulator 19, I just didn't get the opportunity to explore a lot of different maps for Farming Simulator, whether they were farming related or forestry related, or both. So this is my way to bring you all a recorded Let's Play series that I'm going to call Rusty's Farm Tour, as we travel across as much as we can of the area to travel in Farming Simulator 22. So we're starting here on No Man's Land for Farming Simulator 22, and I chose this map because, of course, it's the first modded map for Farming Simulator 22, and not only that, but it was a great map to choose to set this all up and show you just what everything was going to consist of, all in one series trailer on one game save, instead of trying to intermix things and wait for more modded maps to drop and then create several different game saves and try and figure out how I want to do this. So this was it really hit me in my mind as this was the right place to showcase this. So what I did is Rusty's Farm Tour is gonna be all in new farmer mode. We will be using some DLCs and some mods along the way. We will usually start with all new farmer mode equipment, and I might change some of that up as we go through. Now, each stay in Rusty's Farm Tour will vary, and what I mean by that is whether I do just one episode or 5 episodes or more. Each map will be different as we travel across the globe in Farming Simulator 22. So to get this all started, and before we hop in my truck here, I just wanted to go over just a couple more things, and that is, had some questions in regarding to why the big truck, or why the big tractor, or the small tractor, or other things that you may saw in the series trailer. So, first off, why the big truck? Well, it's simple, because here in Farming Simulator, when I just started with Farming Simulator 19, one of my favorite things about Farming Simulator is the trucking aspect of the game. And I mean a truck, not a pickup truck. So that's why I chose this truck. The other reason I chose this truck is because Rusty's Farm Tour is a interactive tour of all farms in new farmer mode across the globe in Farming Simulator 22. And so, in my opinion, here in Nebraska in real life in the Midwest area of the United States. And because of our base game options, there's just not a lot of things to use to realistically, in my opinion, transport livestock. In my opinion, this is your most realistic way to transport livestock that's base game right here. So with that, we're going to touch on just a couple of things before we get in the truck. Here in the Midwest, you just don't see a tractor like you see there, Massey Ferguson, pulling this kind of trailer to move livestock. Now, in the game, a tractor is the only thing that hooks up to that. In real life, a pickup truck could pull that trailer and move livestock around, and that's what you see here. Lots of farmers in the Midwest move their cattle, their pigs, their sheep, and their goats, and whatever else in similar trailers as this one right here, but pull it with a pickup truck, like this white one right here. So, what I'm going to show you here is, we all know that the pickup trucks don't hook up to very much at all, but what I just discovered to try and figure something out is, why does our pickup trucks hook up to the dolly, but won't hook up to a regular grain trailer to pull a load of grain? Now, I see a unrealistic point of view, in my opinion. If our pickup truck can hook up to that dolly, then we're going to be able to pull a semi-trailer of grain with a pickup truck, because this hooks up to the pickup truck. To me, a small grain trailer should be allowed to hook up to our pickup truck, not this tractor trailer dolly, which then we can pull a semi-trailer full of grain. That just don't make sense to me, but that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. So then our only option base game that our pickup trucks will hook up to is this horse trailer, and therefore it only will transport horses for you. Not even our semi-tractor truck that's got what I call a fifth wheel hitch, even though it's a tractor fifth wheel hitch, won't even hook to the base game horse trailer. Nor will it allow you to hook up to this dolly here with the tractor, and then hook this up to the horse trailer. That don't work either. So that's why I choose the big truck, because if we can't hook up a pickup truck that we saw either attached or sitting beside this trailer in a video tease for Farming Simulator 22 a long time ago, why would they yeah, anyway, why would they put that in the game if we can't hook a pickup truck to it? That's base game, not a mod. But anyway, that's just my opinion. So anyway, that's why I choose this big truck. So we're going to hop in the big truck here, because I know it will haul livestock. And right now we're empty, so this is where we started. We loaded up a load of pigs there, and we traveled across my setup. So as we travel across my game save here for what was the series trailer setup, I wanted to kind of give it a little bit of a feel, as it was another map also. So I just had the biomass heating plant sitting right there. Nothing really fancy, no decorations, really. And then we'll travel down the road here and we'll go past the sawmill. I thought about actually keeping this game save, but I'm probably going to delete it because what I discovered as we will progress here, you can only place down so many trees, and I hit that limit. And I'll explain why. So then I also placed in another little, sell point area right there that we traveled by. And then this was the start of my interactive farm tour in our series trailer. So what I did was, and what we will be doing, is looking at all other modded animal pens on other modded maps for Farming Simulator 22. Now, some of those maps might use these base game pens, which we'll also do more of this with. But so then we unloaded a load of pigs there, just showing you that that was where the unload point was. And then later you saw, just after that, at some point you saw a trailer tipping into there. So that was just showing you the interactive point of where your feed trigger for your pigs were. And then what I edited out, because I wanted to keep it somewhat short, but what was also added in was an interactive purchase of where you would purchase your chickens at this chicken pen. But I edited that out to keep the series trailer a little shorter. So that will also be just something else you'll see in Rusty's farm tour. So then we went around here and I parked the truck and I got out and I walked around the equipment in the old shed here on No Man's Land and said something about exploring equipment. So what we're going to do is I'm going to be, like I said, starting with all new farmer mode equipment and maybe change it all out for each farm tour. And just play around with some of the other options that we have, either base game or modded, and showcase that stuff in Rusty's Farm Tour episodes. So then you travel around here, and I wanted to include forestry, because I'm going to do forestry maps as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear down the trees off camera and build a farm, and add in other modded animal pens that are in the mod hub and do interactive tour of one of my own farm builds in a forestry map. So that's what we're going to do. So what I did was, is you will see here, this is not what this area looks like in No Man's Land. We are now up here on plot 26, gonna enter 24, 14, 13, and 23. What I wanted to originally do is do this. So I wanted to go into the forest here at the start of 23 and cut out a bunch of trees and build a farm. Well, I discovered quickly that that was going to take too long and I wanted to get this done. So what I did is this was a perfect spot because of this small little forest area right here and this rock formation. And then this forest area right here and this little bit of rocks and this area is I built my own forest around around these locations. Sorry, up here I'm I meant not over there. But yeah, because of this forest area right here, and this rock location, and then this little rock, and this small little forest, and then this bigger forest right here. So what I did was I built my own forestry area right around here with lots of trees, and then placed down all my buildings and stuff first, and then plugged in trees around my created fields and all that. That's how I did it. And so all those trees that you see in front of the truck, which will go now here into the construction view, we're going to kind of go really high here. I don't like how this looks at it, but all these trees right here are bought trees and placed. And so that's what I did, is made my own a look to what was a forest that I cut down. And there is our first created area where we put a field in our forest. And then we expanded here, so we got another field. And then this goes over to the edge of plot 12 right there. And then we've got another field right here. So now we get out of that because I don't want to ruin it all for you. So then what we'll do is we'll look at really quick here is we'll drive through our forest area, which is symbolizing a forestry map for what was my series trailer. So we'll drive into our forestry map here, and you will find our farmyard. That is where I cut down all the trees and placed down a machine shed with all kinds of equipment that we would use in what I'm calling new farmer mode on a forestry map, along with the new farmer mode equipment that we would get on a forestry map. So there is the machine shed right there, and we have our stone crusher point and a silo, and I had a multi-purpose buying station, and then I had let's see, a fuel point right there, and this little shed was symbolizing a house, and another equipment shed, and then we have our sheep pen right here, and my water point right there, and then we had a horse pen over here, and then we had a road that went up to my little new forestry area where we would expand into across the way there, you can see. So now we'll get in the truck again, and we'll drive through here because in that view it's a better view in my opinion of what this looks like than the landscape tool. So we'll zoom way out as far as we can zoom, and this is just a better way because we can adjust vertically at our appearance to this farmyard in this view instead of the landscape tool. So then you can see here kind of how it all looks from a little bit of a high above view. So, you know, once we entered this farmyard here in the forestry area is when we pulled over there and we unloaded some sheep. As you can see right there, that's where I went and unloaded the sheep, and then I ran across the farmyard and got a wagon full of grass, and we fed it to the sheep then in the series trailer. And then I believe at some point there, then we hopped in our tractor also behind us in the field and did a little field work. And also did something over by the horse pen, I think, if I remember correctly. But so then we can drive around here in this area of trees where we surrounded the sheep with. And you can see our horse pen tucked back in here in the trees that were already existing on the map with other trees purchased around it. So that's what that looks like right there. So then we can go back through this way and we can drive then back over here and just show you kind of another view then of one of the areas of the forest we cut out to make a field. And then our new little area we were working on for forestry to expand our farm. Right there. And then we went back down the road here. And you can kind of see then what the other two fields where they were placed. This is actually the ground where I did the Sly Hill Homestead Challenge that was created by Gary Vedder in the Facebook group and shared in the Facebook group. And I did that on No Man's Land and Farming Simulator 19. So this is that area of No Man's Land where we're at right now. So then we can exit our forestry map here, and also what I edited out of what was going to be the series trailer, because it was getting too long, is we're also maybe going to implement production. Do some production as well. So then I had just road exiting out of the forestry area and driving past some productions with more trees placed around them just to make it look nicer. And that's when I realized we hit our limits. So I didn't get as many placed and making it as nice as I wanted it to look, because I hit the limit at how many trees you could actually place. So that is this right here is what I was going to try and put in the series trailer. So now you got to see that behind the scenes. And then we left the production area and then drove through here just to implement into the series trailer that we would use mods and DLCs, as they are also given to us as an opportunity for purchase, which I have all the DLCs. So that is just that little display right there of some mods and the DLCs. And then exiting, we drove back over to our new farmer mode farm here on No Man's Land. And we hooked up to our trailer, and then we loaded up our tractor and our plow, and I just wanted to implement at the end of the series trailer a way of showcasing that we were loading up and moving out, and destination was unknown as to where our first farm tour will be at. So we load up here. And then leave No Man's Land and travel to anything that may be the next map for Farming Simulator 22. And try and visit as many maps as we can, doing a interactive farm tour on each one of those maps, whether it's a farming map or a forestry map, or whether they have both involved. So I hope to travel across the Farming Simulator 22 globe as much as possible. So I will say that a lot of my farm tours that are going to be interactive in regards to showing off the modded animal pens on such maps and the new farmer mode farm yard display and how their farm is built. A lot of those may just be one episode because I want to see as many maps as we can see possible. Some of them may turn into 2 episodes or 5 episodes. We will just have to see. But what we're going to do now, everybody, is we're going to go back up to the farm and I'm going to start plowing into that field. So I got a lot of work to do here. And the real farming challenge here on No Man's Land for Farming Simulator 22, so we can finish that up and move on to other things as Rusty's Farm Tour, and the Build It challenge on No Man's Land for Farming Simulator 22 as well. So, from Rusty Money here, I hope you all will leave me a tasty one, which is better known by myself as a cop battery and you all people as a donut. And leave us a delicious comment in the comment section, and don't forget to share a box of donuts with your friends by sharing the stream and the videos. So, I hope you all have a great one, my friend, and we will see you all on the flip side, everybody. Have a good one.